woman, black hips, black kiss, black lips, afro with a black pig. Love when you talk that blackish. Black man, black fist, black dialect, black grip, like, comment, subscribe.
Vocal Dialect Podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Vocal Dialect Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe.
Black schools, black scholars, black doctors, black designers, black garments, black stage, black performance, black panel, black audience, black mothers, black fathers, black sons, black daughters, black love, black honor. You black today, you gonna be black tomorrow. Black woman, black hips.
Peace, family. It's your girl Shelly. I'm in set, and I do not own the rights to the music playing in the background. I'm with Sun Goddess Sense, and we are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, Forest Park, Georgia, suite number 225, inside the International Discount Mall. Today, I would like to talk to you again about CMOS. We have rebranded our CMOS, and the new name is Mami Wata. Mami Wata means mermaid in Swahili. So now the CMOS is a subsidiary of Sun Goddess Sense and KNS Apparel. Okay? Mami Wata CMOS. We carry it in the 16-ounce jar and the 8-ounce jar. Okay? And if you want fruit in it now, we can put fruit in it for you. You just have to pre-order. You know, pay in advance or whatever, and there's an extra charge for the fruit, you know. And the benefits of CMOS: great energy, great skin, helps with any kind of ailment you may be suffering with, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, and it also has 92 of the 103 minerals that we carry in our body. So it replenishes whatever we're losing in our body in regards to the minerals that we need, the daily minerals that we need. So get you some CMOS in your life. You know what I'm saying? Mami Wata, CMOS. Peace, love, and light, family.
CMOS contains like selenium to make the risk of Alzheimer's lessen, reduce the risk of cancer, strokes, and depression. Manganese is a muscle bound.
You want to prepare for Black World Order? Keep your space clean, mind clean, temple clean, adapt a mindset. Ride. Palo Santo. Palo Santo. Palo Santo. Palo. Tell my ancestors rise. I see the look in their eyes, yeah. See the look in their eyes. Until my ancestors rise, I put it all on the line, yeah. Put it all on the line. Tell my ancestors rise. See the look in their eyes, yeah. See the look in their eyes. Until my ancestors rise, I put it all on the line, yeah. Put it all on the line. We clearing out the negative, cruising at 75. These niggas be scared of this. I'm on another high, going for them presidents. Temperature on the rise, blocking your evil eyes. I see you in disguise, and it's real evident. You bitches lying through your teeth. Anything to keep asleep. You bitches lying through your teeth, just to keep us from the free world. I got John the Conqueror rooted in me. The suit is for me. I build this world for my family. Dripping sauce on the lost nigga, and watch him wake up, bake up, turn that shit around and get his cake up. Black World Order, it's time for us to link up. Learn a new language and spark a nigga to unplug. No slugs, moving too slow will leave you with no sums. +1, hell of a story to tell your grandsons. Leave a legacy, I'm here to tell you. Leave a legacy, leave a legacy. Let it all go. Leave a legacy. Tell my ancestors rise. I see the look in their eyes, yeah. See the look in their eyes. Until my ancestors rise, I put it all on the line, yeah. Put it all on the line. Tell my ancestors rise. See the look in their eyes, yeah. See the look in their eyes. Until my ancestors rise, I put it all on the line, yeah. Put it all on the line. You ever seen an ET? You better look in the mirror. We taking over, channeling frequencies, tuning the air. If you ain't aware, you might as well put your hands in the air. Cause mine's on the Glock, it ain't no marching down on the block. I know you was shocked to see your empress all on the scene. She go with the locks, help you cleanse your temple. Crown work, putting groundwork to be crowned with the light work. Tapped in, taking over your whole network. Network is elevating, it's still a hating. Do the mind work, facilitating, getting and my greatness is what I'm on. You should stay in your own zone, mind your mind, ho. Hit them chakras, make them align, ho. You got messages waiting for you to download. Hot zone, try to fry us up in the frequencies. Scatter thoughts and scramble minds, leave us in poverty. Leaning on the system and giving it its authority. Leave it legacy, leave it, leave it. Leave it legacy. Leave it legacy, leave it, leave it legacy. Till my ancestors rise, I see the look in their eyes, yeah. See the look in their eyes. Until my ancestors rise, I put it all on the line, yeah. Put it all on the line. Till my ancestors rise, see the look in their eyes, yeah. See the look in their eyes. Until my ancestors rise, I put it all on the line, yeah. Put it all on the line. Palo, Santo, Palo, Santo, Palo, Santo, Palo.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Nadi, aka Queen Goddess Hope, and you're now tuned in to another episode of your self-care rituals. So this week I want to talk to you about the Solfeggio Frequencies. I think it's going to be a key piece to you staying sane at home. I know a lot of people right now are having high anxiety. They're kind of losing their shit already, and it's been like 2 weeks for us now, I want to say. I really don't even know what it is here in Jersey, but I just want to remind everybody to stay safe and to keep your social distance from everybody at this time. Today I took a swing over to Wally's World, and it was definitely an interesting thing to see. I had went for like one thing, and to see, like, I was like, oh, let me just swing around the grocery part just to see what's shaking, because I like am addicted to tortilla chips, and I completely went there and got distracted because there was really nothing there. Like, the only key piece of dairy that was there was yogurt, and who eats that? And I was just like, this is crazy. I don't eat it because I'm vegan, and I don't even like these vegan yogurts that they have out. But anyway, there was nothing there. So when people who actually drink cow's milk are negotiating over almond or oat milk, like, something's wrong. You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of interesting, because they were like, do we get the almond milk or do we get what flavor? I'm like, bro, just pick one. Like, at this point, it's better than what you're drinking, like, honestly. But that was kind of funny to me today. But there was really nothing out there. And from what I understand, there are a lot of people in my circle who have lost people from the COVID. So I really do send my thoughts, prayers, and condolences out to you and your families and friends. It's definitely getting closer and closer to home. I'm still a conspiracy theorist, and I still believe there is other motive, you know, surrounding this. But this virus is very real. And again, I send my condolences out to everybody. I want everybody to stay safe. I want everybody to keep drinking their fluids and make sure they're drinking warm fluids. I know the last couple weeks I've been showing you what I've been drinking, so this is almost finished. This is just water with lemon and a splash of chlorophyll. This is like my third drink today, so I'll probably have another one before I go to sleep and mix it up with some slippery elm and a little bit of green ginger tea, just to kind of keep it simple. But back to the frequencies. So it's no secret that I've been talking about these frequencies for quite a couple of number of weeks now, and they definitely have saved my life. Back in November, I had got really sick, and it wasn't from this virus, but I had gotten really sick. I had went from complete Cali 90s degree weather to Jersey, and I just got sick from the change in weather. And what was nuts about it was that I couldn't even look at my phone. So I already have my light setting on pretty low, because I feel like cell phone lights are way too bright, and I think that they do that on purpose to kind of keep you attracted to the light. It keeps you, like, you know, focused on it at all times, and I don't think it's really good for you. I always turn the brightness down at all times. I turn anyone around me brightness down. I'm like, yo, that is way too bright. And I think that's what causes you to kind of get into like a trance in a sense. And I see pictures of like kids, you know, parents taking picture of their kids on different machines, whether if it's an iPad or an iPod. if that exists still, I don't even know, iPhone, but the brightness is so bright and these kids are just like glued to the screen. So it's really important to kind of keep the brightness down. You really don't want to affect your eyesight any more than what it's already been affected by us being now honed in and addicted to all of these screens, you know, whether if it's a television, whether if it's a phone, it does not matter. You know, we're just constantly putting pressure on our eyes, and between us looking at laptops, and we know that's going to be a completely different trend because now everybody's going to be working from home, even kids. And I just want to emphasize and encourage everyone, if you do have kids, please go online and order them books to make sure they're writing, because it's going to be an intricate piece of detail for you to understand and know how important it is to teach your children how to physically write. You got to think about it black, because that was on my mind. Back in slavery times, our ancestors couldn't read or write, and when they signed things, you know, they just signed with an X, and a lot of times that was the most that they could do. And you got to understand, because they were illiterate, that was a piece taken away from them. And I'm not saying that people are illiterate now, but there are a lot of people who really just can't comprehend, you know, what they're reading at all, nor can they really read. You know, the elementary system, or this archaic system that exists still, is not really helping anybody, and it hasn't changed much since forever, the beginning of time, which is kind of in line with the music, which I want to get into a little later. But it's just a reminder, please go online and get as many notebooks that you can teach your kids how to write. I don't care if you're writing the ABCs and you are old school writing the dots for their names, you know, so that you can trace their hand and put their letter. Like, I remember my parents doing that for me, you know, after school homework was done. People don't know how to write in cursive anymore. I remember I used to finesse it. Like, I still love to write in script. I probably have like 6 different handwritings right now, but I think it's really important that we teach our children how to write, because it's going to be used to their disadvantage later on down the line. Just please mark my words, and please take this as a key point, even if it's in school. Like, if teachers, if you're doing virtual, I don't care if you got to send assignments home, still it's just very important to teach people how to write. And I have no idea why they took cursive out of the schools. I am not an educator, but it can't be for good, you know. Just please, just take heed to this message and do what you got to do. To talk about the music, it's really important because I feel like anxiety is going to peak, especially this week. For whatever reason, my energy has been extremely low, and as an empath, you know, I pick up a lot, and just being able to see the distance that everyone has been doing, especially on social media, and it's been hard because now people are home with their children. You know, a lot more people are also working from home with their children. That's brand new territory. You know, nobody's ever done something like that in a long time. There are very few people who are used to working at home, let alone adding in the dynamic of having a schedule for their children. Like, I can't even imagine what's that. I can't speak today, bro. Please, I do apologize in advance. I can't imagine what that's like, especially not being a parent in this moment. I feel like I'm blessed in that aspect, because I don't know what that's like. And I do send my love and prayers out to you guys for that, because it's definitely challenging. But one thing that's been keeping me afloat during this time is music. I love music, and that's why I took a lot of courses in college and studied it and understood. And this is what actually brought me into jazz even more. As a kid, I used to fall asleep to jazz music back in the day in New York City, 101.9, a radio station that doesn't even exist, but they took it off of the air. And I promise you, that radio station like changed my life, because at night I would sleep so peacefully and so deep. And I wish I could recall dreams from when I was a child, but that music really, you know, sparked me and kept me alive, because I was just like, you know, like during the day, because it was just something that was so soothing. And it got to the point where my sister was also doing the same thing, you know, on the days that I wasn't at my dad's house, because I was in a divided household. So it's like, music is the key. The other day, I actually drove down the street to Walmart, you know, with this whole thing, like you have to be home by this time, you can't be out at that time. You know, it's just so many restrictions right now that I decided to actually just drive down the street. It was a 10-minute ride, drove to the Walmart, turned right back around, you know, in the parking lot and drove back. But in those 10 minutes, I probably listened to like 6 or 7 songs, and I promise you my whole energy shifted tremendously, and I was really, really excited, and I came back with a whole new perspective and momentum. And that's what I want to tell you about these frequencies. It's basically the same exact thing. So with that comes peace, tranquility. It does something to you. So back in the 1800s, about 1855 or so, I want to say, that's probably so wrong, but please just don't quote me on these years, but just know that the information is correct about what I'm gonna say. So back in the 1800s, Solfeggio frequencies were born. So we all know do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and we have no idea where that actually may stem from. So that is what these frequencies of emotions come from that tune, that something of music. But that's where these tunes come from. And along the lines around the 1940s, the quote-unquote Rockefellers supposedly put in this thing into effect where they wanted to actually change the frequency from 435 hertz to 440 hertz to kind of put a warfare on consciousness. So prior to that, there were different hertz of music for different types of emotions to kind of make sure your chakras are aligned, to make sure that you're operating at your full momentum as a human here on this earthly plane. But once they realized, like, if we tweak the frequency and change it and alter what it is that we're putting out to the masses, we can now create a war on consciousness. Now we can create people to be dysfunctional. We can actually cause the lyrics in the actual music to affect people's mentality, to affect people's vibrations in their bodies and cause them to riot or cause them to go crazy. That's why when you see like rock concerts and different things like that, you have like crazy mosh pits, people screaming and dancing and going crazy. I just thought about a song, The Beautiful People. I feel like it's a Marilyn Manson song. If you actually have the patience to get through this entire song, the darkness that's exuded is really, really dark in my opinion, and I can't even like finish it now to this day. But there was a time when I actually did know the lyrics, because I was like, okay, some of my friends are actually listening to it, let me listen to it, you know. And it started when I was in junior high school, and I wanted to expand my horizon on music, but when you listen to it, it actually felt dark. So just imagine being a kid in junior high school, where you're kind of all over the place with emotions and feelings and thoughts and anxiety. You're kind of confused in your own identity, depending on who and how you identify as or with. You know, it's a lot. So the music that you're listening to actually affects your psyche and affects your physical vibration. So when I was listening to that song, I was like, why is this so dark? I could actually hear it in my head right now, like the beautiful people, the beautiful people. And you think that it's something dope, but it's still dark because of the way the frequency and the sound and the tones are in the background. So, and then he's like screaming, and it's no disrespect to anybody who's a rock fan or a heavy metal fan. You know, I used to like a couple of artists myself, but when you actually realize the mental and the difference of what listening to maybe something soothing like R&B or classical does to you, it changes everything. Like in the morning, that's all I listen to, like no BS. Like I just created a new playlist with like 4 different albums, and it's called Sleep Like a Goddess, because I legit have no interruptions. You know what I mean? The last couple of nights I slept poorly, but that's for a completely different reason. But for the most part, I sleep through the night. You know, I sleep on my back. I just play these tunes. I'm pretty sure I'll be in somebody else's earth or planet, and that's probably why I don't like this planet so much. I'm just like beyond it at this point. But these tunes and these sounds and these frequencies actually do something to your body's vibrational state. And that's why it's important to eat healthy as well, because all of these things connect and all of these things align. So it's really important for you to tweak what it is that you're listening to, so that you can actually be one, so that your chakras are aligned, so that you're reaching higher consciousness while you're sleeping, while you're awake. Like I said before in another video, I actually did 30 days of just straight classical music last March, and it had allowed me to change my entire perspective. I felt like I was going to lose my shit. I was suffering from anxiety. I was suffering from depression, PTSD. I hated my job to the highest of heights. And I just was like completely annoyed and fed up with it. And I was like, I can't escape this reality. I don't even know what to do. And when I was around like my friends and my family, I was cool. But as soon as I stepped foot into work, I was just like, yo, I'm going to lose it. So my only hope, dream, and wish right now is for people to actually take advantage of being home and this social distancing and not being able to leave the house until however many months to their advantage. Whereas not only for business and, you know, opportunities to expand, but it's really also for spiritual awakening, because it's going to be extremely imperative for you to utilize anything that makes you happy in this moment. Like I said, I just took a drive down the street to listen to some music so I could actually feel vibrant, because being in these four walls for 6 days, I almost lost it. Like I almost lost it, because I was like, the weather here is terrible in New Jersey. How does it rain? I understand that we're going through spring and all that Mayflowers BS, but honestly, it was so dark and gloomy here for several days. That's why my energy was so low too. I'm like, bro, I am going to lose my shit here. Like, I have to get out. And the day that I drove, it was pouring rain and I did not care. I was like, I have to get out of here. You know what I mean? There's but so much we can do. And that's why this is going to be so important for you to change everything. Change everything. All of these habits that you had created before, waking up, going to work, doing this, doing that, like turn alarms off. I understand that people are working from home. Working from home means you create your own hours a lot of the time. Like if you don't have these parameters in place, you know, and if you're a salaried employee, use that to your advantage. You know what I mean? Like use that to your advantage, because I'm telling you, like, your body clock is real, you know what I mean? But make sure you're resting, make sure you're eating healthier, stop eating all this junk food, stop eating fried foods if you can, you know what I mean? Like just detox your mind, detox your body. I wanted to read something to you that I had found on the internet about the Solfeggio frequencies, and basically it was saying the original frequencies were actually only 6, and it was Ut, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La. 396 is Ut, liberating guilt and fear. Re, 417 hertz, undoing situations and facilitating change. Mi, 528 hertz, transformation of miracles, DNA repair. Key for that. Fa, 639 hertz, connecting relationships. Sol, 741 hertz, awakening intuition. La, 852 hertz, returning to spiritual order. And later on, there were 3 other frequencies that were added, 174, 285, and 963. But considering Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Do was actually replaced with Ut, and then, what was the last one? Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti? Ti, Do? Yeah, that was added on to the end. So I have this one album that I listen to on, it's on every music platform. It's on Apple, it's on Amazon, it's on Tidal, and it's called The 9 Frequencies, and it plays all of them, and it goes through the whole entire thing. My favorite one that I started out with was 528, which is the DNA repairing. I used that like immediately. I started using that from the beginning because I felt like I wanted to understand my family history. I wanted to understand who I was. I wanted to activate my DNA. I wanted to heal my DNA. I wanted to basically just embark on an adventure I had never been on before, and I started with that. So there are full albums just for certain megahertz. And then I wanted to actually read this. It says, here's where the conspiracy comes in. There is allegedly something sinister and evil about 440 hertz. It is said that the Rockefeller Foundation had an interest in making sure the United States adopted the 440 hertz standard in 1935 as part of a war on consciousness, leading to a musical cult control. So it says the quote from one of the many articles states the monopolization of the music industry features the imposed frequency that is herding populations into greater aggression, psychosocial agitation, and emotional distress, predisposing people to physical illness and financial impositions, profiting the agents, agencies, and companies engaged in the monopoly. So, as you can see, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Not only that, but studying music, it actually does talk about this. When I did the history of jazz, it went into this when I was in college. It all stems from do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You have to remember back in the Italian days and ancient music days, even I think the Apostle John, when he used with the harp, that's everything that they used to play, you know, those same 6 notes, and then everything just evolved from there. So you have to understand that you are truly a light being. You're awakening in a spiritual way that you've never had before, and there are people who are really out to attack you. They are really out to attack your consciousness. There are really people who are trying to suppress you and keep you down. Turn off the news, bro. Like, the only reason why I know what's going on with coronavirus is because I willingly go on a website and read about it. And it's just my state, you know, government's website, and that's it. Like, I really have no time to sit and tune into the news all day. It's not something that I want to do. It's not something I have a desire to do. I had stopped watching TV and news 100 years ago, because you have to understand it's meant for evil. You know, it's meant to keep you down. And if your mind is not constantly elevating, I don't care if you're not doing anything during this time, just heal yourself. You know what I mean? Even if you're not working on a business or a side hustle, just heal yourself. That's going to be your greatest reward once this is all done. Right now, they're saying that we're going to be in our homes till June. Virginia just got until June 30th, which is nuts. And today is only March 30th. So to think that you're going to be in your crib for another 3 months with limited access to the elements, how? All I know is that it's going to get completely crazy. People are just going to either start rioting, or people are just going to be in the parks all day trying to escape reality and just be at one with nature, because that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what we're supposed to be doing. I really hope that this virus and this pandemic that's supposed to be is going to encourage everyone to just get back to nature and to appreciate their families and loved ones greater than we ever have before. I think that we're in a state of awakening. I think we're reaching a point in this era and age where we have to either stick together and elevate, or you're just going to be completely left behind. It's just a completely different everything that's about to happen. Ordinarily, I would love to talk to you about my businesses and how I can help people, but that's not what this is about today. Today, this is just about you, how to overcome anxiety. And I'm telling you, by listening to these frequencies, that is probably the #1 way. Don't get me wrong, every once in a while, it's dope to listen to music. I fiend to listen to rap music some days, and today was definitely one of those days. And I just want to say, Nipsey Hussle is gone a complete year. And I can't even believe time has passed, and his energy and spirit is still thriving. And that's what you want to do. You want to create a legacy so that others can remember you by. And his legacy started in his community. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying go out and be a humanitarian or a philanthropist or anything like that. I'm saying start with you. You are your own community first. You are the center of your network. You have to lead by example. So that's basically what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, I have this knowledge inside of me, and I just want to help somebody else. Even if I'm helping one person, I've done my job. You know what I mean? So I just want to encourage everybody to stay up, stay safe, continue to drink your hot fluids. It's going to help you. And I love you guys. Adios. Bye.
Black woman, black hips, black kiss, black lips, afro with a black pig. Love when you talk that blackish. Black man, black fist, black gat, black grip, backlashed on the black list. Still gon' talk that blackish. Black man, black plan, black black people, black land. Cash and change, only black hands. Black businesses, black brand. Black banks, black dollars, black schools, black scholars.